Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. And as you can see, this is a nice festive arrangement here in our garage. We have some Christmas lights and a Christmas tree over here in the corner. Looking good, Christmas tree. And yeah, so I'm playing this actually in real life a few days before Christmas. This is the latest Christmas update. I don't know if they're going to update the game after Christmas to take all this stuff out, but nice and festive for you here on YouTube. So lined up, we have this old 57 Chevy Bel Air sitting here. Standard procedure, in this episode, we're going to pull out all of the parts from the engine to the suspension, the rear end, and then do a repair job over here and get everything out. And then in the next episode, we will rebuild the engine, get the rear end in and ready to go. And then the last episode will be taking it, finishing the front suspension, taking it to the dyno, taking it to the track, and seeing what we've got. As you can see, this is almost the same overhead valve engine, the V8 OHV, as the Tempest Magnum. However, this is a dual carb system with 2 carburetors, and that is actually a performance part. So this ignition and all of this stuff will definitely be performance. Let's go ahead and get these spark plugs out of here. Because we had plug wires, that means that it does have all 8 spark plugs, but that's, no worries. We're going to end up selling everything anyway that we cannot repair. As always with these V8 OHV engines, the rocker arms and push rods will be the most tedious part of the build, I must say. But we know how all of this works from the Tempest Magnum. We'll just make our way down, unbolt each rocker arm as it comes, and then we'll pull out each push rod, and we will be good to go. So not too many cars use the alternate push rods. As you can see, this is just the standard valve push rod. Other cars use like a V8 push rod. It's like classified differently. And I haven't seen the engine that goes along with that. I think we have a few episodes to go before the NASCAR season starts. So I might look for one of those unique vehicles to put together and restore. Something we haven't seen before, like a V6 inline or maybe a pickup truck. That might be pretty cool. I don't know if there are any performance parts associated with the pickup truck like there is the V8. It seems this V8 is very moddable, or at least very performance driven, let's say. Pull off the timing cover and the chain. Come on, this chain is a pain in the membrane. Pull out the camshaft and the alternator, work our way over to the battery, and then we just have to wash, rinse, and repeat. But we do have a head cover over here. Maybe we can get lucky and repair that, as I don't believe there is a performance head cover. That's one outstanding head cover if it is. Brake servo can come off. We don't have an anti-lock brake system on this vehicle, so at least we don't have to worry about expensive computer components. Russian components, American components, all made in Taiwan. But, it is what it is. As far as the suspension goes, I do believe it is almost a carbon copy, if not an exact carbon copy of the Tempest Magnum. So hopefully from our last Magnum build, I have some parts that I was able to repair that just couldn't be put on the car because I managed to repair, 2 or 3 of them. So we will definitely take a look in our warehouse, save as much money as possible in restoring this 57. And looking at the body panels, I think I'll put on some custom bodywork on the 57 here. It had some different headlights, which we couldn't repair anyway, which works out in our favor for sure. Things like the tail lights might be able to be blacked out. I believe there's a blacked out version, which might not be too bad if we keep this car midnight black like this. Now the question is, do we want to go a matte black or do we want to go a gloss black? No, don't move the equipment. Move the equipment to the lifter. I doubt there's any oil in here. Peekaboo, no there isn't, because guess what? There's no oil pan. So if any oil fell out of this car, that would be quite skillful on behalf of that oil. Pull out this starter here, take off the vintage tire in my way. No leaf spring. I'm trying to get the drive shaft. There we go. There we go. Then we can pull off the transmission, get those rod caps off, and the crankshaft bearing caps. Get in there and pull those pistons out and the piston rings. Of course, this transmission is a standard V8 transmission, and I do believe everything from the clutch plate, the flywheel, all have performance boosting capabilities, so we shall do such things as those. Now, because there is no oil pan, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have all the rod caps or these crankshaft bearing caps. I think we're able to repair a couple of them for the Tempest Magnum, so we can just take a look-see in our warehouse, see if there's any parts that we could not repair this time around. I'll repair everything I possibly can before I go look at the warehouse. That way, you know, if we have extras, then we just have extras. Thankfully, this game has the same crankshaft bearing caps, the same rod caps, so it doesn't matter what engine we are tuning, we will need rod caps, we will need crankshaft bearing caps. That is no biggie. All right, let's go ahead and lower the engine down here so we can get to those pistons and piston rings. Peekaboo, there you go. Let's pull out all of these pistons with con rods. As per usual, we can't repair these pistons with con rods, but there are the performance pistons, which are about as black as these are, if I had to make a guess. And they'll improve our performance really, really well. All right, let's get this bad boy up on the lift and start yanking out the crankshaft. And then all that's left is the block. And I do believe we do have a replacement block in there. If we do end up breaking the V8 OHV engine, everything will come out in the wash. We don't have to worry about it too awful much. All right, let's go ahead and get the tires off of this bad boy. Nice retro rims there. I like them. We'll see what they look like, nice and polished. We may keep those rims on it. The car may look okay with some circular disc rims, those kind that, you know, you can't see behind them. It might look pretty cool, give it that old classic feel that we're going for. And as far as liveries go for this car, I'm not sure if there are any flames or anything like that we can add to the car that's different, but every car has their own set of custom liveries, so we can definitely check that out when we cross that bridge. Suspension coming out nicely. Tie rods will come off, then we can get the steering knuckle. And we can start working on these rubber bushings. There will be 4 of them. Matter of fact, let's get these exhaust pipes out. I think the middle mufflers and the rear mufflers have some performance parts as well. What may not is that front exhaust. That was sort of a scumbag in the last episode where it was like, that's the only thing that wasn't a performance part. And, I mean, it's been updated, and I haven't checked out the update logs. Perhaps, just maybe, they've added a few performance parts that we can delve into. We'll take a gander at those when we start rebuilding this car in an episode or so. Get those hubcaps out of there. We're working on the hub, and then all we gotta do is get to the back. What's the big hubbub? We gotta remember to put our battery on the battery charger, although I do have a brand new battery in the warehouse as well in case. I don't think there is a chance to fail charging a battery. That would be an ultimate scumbag game if you could fail at charging, like your battery charger craps out or the battery just is no good, or maybe this battery is just so far gone it can't be recharged. That is a possibility. So we've got a backup. Now these rims definitely look like they have been around the block about 30 times or so. We might not be able to buff that out. That looks like that'll buff out. You slam your car into a wall. Oh, that looks like that'll buff out. That'll be fine. All right, get these small rubber bushings out of here, and then the leaf spring plates. We've seen this one time and time and time again. One thing about rebuilding cars like this, you get to know exactly what parts make up exactly what place in the car, and disassembly and reassembly is very, very quick. You almost have muscle memory. You can move the mouse right to the bolts without even really thinking about it. I've seen some people struggle with this game on YouTube, though. Perhaps they're not vehicle-minded, or perhaps they just want something more stimulating, maybe. But you know me and my channel. We chill here. We like the nice and laid-back and conversational type stuff. Even in Crusader Kings, when we try to take over the world, Pinky, it's nice and conversational. Things happen. It's cool. There we go. Leaf spring out. We'll take the rear shock absorber out. The rear axle drive, fuel pump, and fuel tank. Outstanding. So that is the car completely disassembled from the inside. Now let's go ahead and pull off all of these body panels. It did not come with a hood, so we are probably going to have to accommodate for that. Pull out the front window, the doors and its glass. We've got a body window and a rear window. Looks like we have a trunk and rear taillights as well. Oh, I see, I see. Right taillights, rear bumper comes out. Nice and shiny, real respectable like. Pull off that door, and then we got the seats here. Oh, okay. So if you ever wonder what it's like to sit in a stripped down car, this is it. The interior is not bad. I have seen worse interiors for sure. All right, let's go interior disassemble. Pull out these. Come on now, game. I'm looking at the seat. Pull those. Come on, game. Pull out those seats, and now that is completely stripped down. All right, so let's bring our machinery over here and charge the battery as such. 39%, yeah, that'll charge. That'll buff out. Oh, I like that. They changed the, I freaking hit control to sneak. I've been playing too much Fallout and Skyrim. But instead of plopping the battery directly on the machine with no connections, they've actually got the cables here. Now, is that actually, it is, well, I would say it is red to positive, black to negative, but all four of those look positive to me. I better step back before that thing explodes. I don't think it really explodes, but I'm not going to take my chances. Thank you for not moving my welder or my interior detailing kit. Let's go ahead and weld the body first. We'll get all of that junk off, make it look nice and awesome. Ooh, that's what I like to see. And then the interior. We shouldn't see too much of a change with the interior. The interior did look okay, but we will detail it for $100. Oh, yeah. Hey, we got a lot more detail in that gauge cluster. Take a look at that. Nice and shiny. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can repair. Matter of fact, let's pull these tires off. Just in case we do have the ability to repair these rims. Looks like we can do that one with no problem. But we don't want to basically make two runs, you know? So we'll separate the parts for now and decide what tires we want to fit on these rims, because the tires are shot. Can't repair them. Can't put any one of these tires on there either, unfortunately. Looks like we've got the standard white walls. So the question is, do we go with a white wall? I mean, it fits the era and the theme of the car, for sure. So we can try to do a car that would look at home at your local drive-in. Your local Dog and Suds, or your local Sonic. All right, now, excuse me. Let's go and repair. Looks like we got some extra nuts and bolts here. 15% is the lowest we can try to repair. Let's just eat on through these. Nope, failed that one. Got that rim. Carbs are expensive, but, I mean, we've got performance carbs to buy. So the two carburetors, if we break one, that is no big thing. So we're more successful getting through here. We have broken more parts than I would like to see, though, however. We do have those intake manifolds to buy. Wheel cylinders are important. You know, the head, don't care. The intake manifold there, we really didn't care. We have a performance one to buy of those, and that should be very nice and shiny. That was a classic 93 to 0 repair. The dude flails around with the blowtorch. Okay, just a little spit and polish here. Everything will be fine. Oh my! Oh, it's going all over the place. I broke it. All right, let's speed on through. Well, we did get both carburetors repaired. I mean, that's all well and good, but we're not going to use them. But it's nice to always have this repaired stuff. Got the radiator. Got those U-bolts. We definitely want most of the suspension that we can repair repaired. Engine, I mean, things like covers and body panels and whatnot, we're just going to buy some performance stuffs. There we go. All right, so in the next episode, we should be able to start fitting the parts. Let's go ahead and take the battery. And let's take a look at our inventory, see what we might have to buy, and what's going to come in the future. So idler rollers. Oh, crap, that's from the old car. So I did not empty my inventory from the Corvette. Oops. So we've got a lot of stuff in here, and we'll just be able to cross that bridge when we get there as far as body panels and whatnot. But we did repair all 4 rims. Outstanding. Got them polished nice and good. We broke the fuel pump. That doesn't matter. Got 1 leaf bolt repaired. Got some drums and hubs there. Exhaust we could never repair. Got some suspension pieces repaired. The rod caps and crankshaft bearing caps, absolutely. Couldn't do anything about the rocker arms. Got good battery, alternator. That's going to be spotted out. Broken the head. We've got performance parts for that. Same thing for this distributor system. We'll swap that out. We'll swap these out. But we'll need that base there. We have an extra fuel pump that's still sitting back there from the old car. Got some camshafts. But those are for V8, not OHVs. So I'll have to put all of my good parts in the warehouse in between episodes that we are not going to use. But that's going to do it for me in this episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, the 57 Chevy is down to its skeleton. And it's time to put in some muscle. Oh, that was good. I liked what I did there. But like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next Car Mechanic Simulator video. Take care.